Hello, welcome to the collaborative lesson bank and the personal lesson bank. So this video is for all the people who have no idea about the lesson bank system at all, but you are a VIPKID teacher and you want resources. So these are resources for before class, during class, and after class to make your lessons go better and to save your time outside of class so that you're not spending more time there because you're not getting paid during that time. So I'm going to introduce you kind of a quick brief overview of what it is and get you introduced to it. So this is our information page. You can come here anytime. The link will be below. But there are two different things. There's the collaborative lesson bank, which is the main doc that has all the resources in it. So this is what the collaborative lesson bank looks like. We have all the master lessons. We have the trial lessons, MC 2 through 6. They just announced today that level 7 will be coming out soon. So as you can see, I'm just scrolling. We don't have every lesson, but we have almost every lesson. And what's included in it are a few things. So first we have an outline of all of the slides within lessons. So then you can pace better the lesson outline. See, you can pace better in class because you have an outline slide by slide of everything that's in it. Another thing that we have are in-class notes. So in the in-class notes, you can take notes of what your student likes, what they don't like, what words they're struggling, developing, mastered. So this is where you take your notes. Then we have the lesson goals from VIPKID, which are the vocabulary, sentence patterns, all those kind of things. We have prop notes. So beforehand, you can just look at this and say, oh, do I have a microphone? Do I have Mega Mic? You can look and see all the things that might be useful. And it also has notes. So maybe the lesson was kind of dry, needs some extension, or maybe it's packed, and so extension is not a good idea. All of those kinds of notes, like teacher-to-teacher notes, are things you wish you would have known before teaching the lesson. That's what the notes are. Then we have digital props and rewards, and this one, those are trials. Let me scoot down. So this one is our new thing we have, and it's an awesome introduction. So here we go. So now we have the Google Slides. We have from Teacher Ellie all of her digital rewards and games. So maybe it's like a reward like make a face, and there's a link to it, or the Google Slides for it. So if you're a digital user, here's all the information that you might want to use to help you get going with digital. We also have what the reward system is in the lesson, and you can replace it with yours. And then we have tips and tricks. So if there's this lesson doesn't have one, but maybe I teach Bossy E great, and so here's my tip about how I teach Bossy E. So then if you're like, oh, this slide is the worst, how are teachers teaching it, you can watch my little video on it and you're like, oh yeah, that's fun, okay. And the same with you. So maybe teacher Andrea rocks at pronunciations, and she says, oh, if you're trying to teach this, this is what I always do. So then it just helps build quality amongst all of us because we're all sharing our tips and tricks. So that's what would go there. And then we have feedback templates. So these are some feedback templates. So these are not meant to be copy and pasted as is. They're meant to be a template so that you're not recreating the wheel based on the stuff that's already done. So you're copying this, you're pasting it into, so I'll just do this one. Pretend this was mine. So I'm copying it here, I'm pasting it right here. And then all you have to do is do a Control H, and the find and replace comes up, and it tells me right here that I'm going to find your child, paste in the name, so maybe let's say like Sam, and then I just want it on that specific range, and I want to replace it. So now what it's going to do is it goes through and finds all the your child's and replaces it with Sam. So then in just a couple seconds I can copy this, put it in, and now I can write my personal student review of how the student went, going back to those notes that I took during class, and then in a matter of, a minute or two, I have this fully outlined, personal, because I put in all the performance reviews about that specific lesson. And if I don't get to it right after the lesson or in between classes, that's okay because I have all my notes there. So then even if I'm doing them all after, it's quick and fast because I have the template that I'm not recreating the wheel. I can put in my personal review, and then these parents are getting amazing feedback messages from us that show that we have a learning path for their student. We were totally engaged in the lesson. We care about how your student's going. And the benefit is you can sort your personal lesson bank by student. And so anytime you teach that student, you can pull it up, and then you have all the classes and all of your notes and everything that you said about them right there. So this is the collaborative lesson bank. This is where all our templates are, all the lesson outlines, all of that kind of stuff. And this is free. You can join this. Any VIPKID teacher can use this for using it within the collaborative lesson bank system. Come join us, put in your tips, update lessons, everything. This is our community page. You have to take a quiz though. Because it's an open edit doc, anyone can contribute to it. I require that you take a quiz. It's 26 questions right now. That may change. And there's an hour-long workshop that goes through everything in detail. So I'm giving you a quick overview right now, but we have an hour-long workshop that goes over everything that you can watch. If that changes, because it might after this, if this is good enough, whatever I say is the workshop to go to, that's the one you want to do. So you watch the workshop, you get trained on, we go over like formatting, like for these, how to do everything and to fully navigate around the collaborative lesson bank so that you don't mess things up, and then you're in. So that one is free. You just have to take the quiz. Oh, also I forgot to tell you. So that's just one tab in the lesson bank, you guys. I forgot to introduce all the rest. We also have how to do feedback. We also have, this is Elise Neville's digital reward index. So we have like by topic. She puts all these in per lesson, and everyone can. I've put them in, but she's, you know, headed this part up. So we have by topic, we have by lesson. Here's the bank of all those. Then we have Mary Clayson's tips and tricks bank. So all of the videos about how to teach certain things, all those tips and tricks that are in per lesson, here's a bank of all of them. And not only do we have it for classes, we also have it for questions and procedures. So if you're just trying to figure out, how do I do back-to-back classes, or how do I do the app, or how do I do my bio, here's all the resources for that. Then we have AV Chan's translation tips. So if you're not sure how it's translating in feedback, here are all of her tips. She's a Chinese speaker. Here it is, all that. Then we have some printable rewards and props if you're not into digital and you want printable ones. It keeps going on. We have all these resources. So this is the collaborative lesson bank. Now, the new part is the personal lesson bank. Now, the personal lesson bank, this is how you get started. So coming in, the collaborative lesson bank is super overwhelming. Coming into VIPKID is super overwhelming. There's a lot to learn. We totally get that. So this is what I made so that it's easy for you. The personal lesson bank. This is just your doc. No one else has access to it. It's just you. So you can't mess it up. And I've made it pretty bomb-proof, so you're not going to mess it up. And it pulls, per your lessons, all those resources and puts them in automatically. This one you do not have to take a quiz to get, but it costs $30. So you pay $30, I send this to you, and then it pulls all the resources from the collaborative lesson bank and puts them into a schedule just for you. So I'm going to show you really quickly what it looks like and show you how easy it is. So there's not really much to learn. If you know how to copy and paste within Excel or Google Sheets, you're pretty much good. That's all you have to know how to do. So basic Excel or Google Sheets knowledge, and you're in. So, which assuming you probably are okay with since you do teach online. So this is all you have to do. You come to your tab, you go to your classrooms tab, and then you highlight the classes you want to schedule for. So I would copy this, which is Control-C, or Command-C if you're on a Mac. And then you come back to your personal lesson bank. All you're going to do, which I'm going to switch over to mine really quickly so that we don't do this on the main template. So I'm here. Oops, sorry, this was my morning classes. Okay, so all you're doing is copying from here, coming to your personal bank, and you're going to paste it in, Control-V. And there it is. And then all you're going to do to get your thing is get your schedule. Click this button. It's going to find all those lessons and put them in. So now you have all those lessons, all the resources, all the information, everything you need, and you're just going to highlight it. So I guess you have to highlight too. Again, copy these, but I have all the breakdowns. Copy it from here, come over to your lesson plan, or your schedule. So these are all of my classes, and then put it in. So paste it here, and then you're ready to teach. Then I put this underneath my classroom tab. So for example, I'll just show you. I would have this one open like this underneath, and then I would have my classroom. So sorry, I'm not going to show you. I would have my classrooms right here open, and then I would have it just along the bottom. It's hard to show you with this recording. So then I can have all of this information in class, and I can see what's the next slide, what's the next slide, what's coming up. So then when you get those trigger slides like, oh, that 5 Little Monkeys is the song that takes an eternity and you only save 20 seconds for it. Or if you had, the flashcard slides that take forever, or not take forever. You think, oh, I have 10 slides. Well, that's going to take a long time, but they're like literally 5-second slides. So then you can pace and navigate your lesson, and it looks like you memorized the lesson, but you didn't. You just have all the cheat sheet right there. Then we have the lesson goals, so it's right there by you. All the things that we talked about. And then afterwards you have those feedback templates. Before class you have the prop notes. So you have all these resources to make your classes go better. So new teachers, especially for the new teachers, this is great for you, because when you look polished and you look ready, I mean, you could actually come in winging it. You don't want to, but you want to review the slides so you know, but you could come in winging it and you would look like you were a professional veteran teacher, and your bookings are going to go up. And when you write that feedback and it's personalized and amazing, you're going to get better bookings. So this resource is amazing for you. So you have the collaborative lesson bank, which is the community page. It's free, but you have to take the quiz. And then you have the personal lesson bank, which is your doc. You're going to copy. This is the main one. You're going to make a copy of this, which I outline how to do all that. It's very, very simple. Copy this, and then you have your own, and it pulls all the information from the live community page into here for every lesson. So well worth your $30. One time $30. It's not monthly. I wanted to avoid kind of a feedback panda thing. We're already teachers. There's no reason to keep spending lots of money. So one time $30, and that's just to help keep all this running and to help pay for making it happen. And you're in. You don't ever have to pay for this again. You'll always be able to access all this information. So that is the short, quick and dirty, but pretty much all you have to know to get going and do it, outline of the new personal lesson bank and the collaborative lesson bank. If you are interested and you want to get started, all you have to do is come to the info site. It looks like this. It's sites.google.com/view/lesson bank, and the link will be below. And you come here. If you forgot anything, I've outlined it here, and you just come to the second tab, which is the new personal lesson bank. There's a video of how to get started if you want to. At the bottom, it shows how to pay, and then you fill this out. Once you fill this out, I verify payment and I send you the bank. So it's quick and easy. And then if you are interested in joining the collaborative lesson bank, this is the workshop. This is where I will update it once I do more videos and change it. You put it, or you watch this, and then the quiz is the next tab. Ding-ding, right here. Fill out this quiz. Do it one time. Once you get full points on it, then I will send you a link to the collaborative lesson bank, and you're in the collaborative lesson bank. So pay, I'll email you, take for the personal lesson bank, collaborative lesson bank, take the quiz, do the workshop, take the quiz, and then I'll send you the link. I hope this is very helpful. I hope it was clear. I hope you come join us. The collaborative lesson bank is meant to be for the community. So come join, add your great tips and tricks, help the community out, get the help from everyone who's already been here, and happy teaching.